Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us here for KREM 2 News First at 4. I'm Whitney Ward. We want to get straight to some breaking news for you here just within the last hour as we continue to track a developing situation, a shooting that killed 2 people and injured a Colville Tribal police officer. The latest we know right now, Colville Tribe's Emergency Management Services saying that tribal police and the FBI are actively looking for Curry Pinkham. This is in connection to that shooting. So they're asking you right now if you have any information on this man's whereabouts to please contact tribal police. In the meantime, we have learned that 2 men wanted in connection to that deadly shooting in Ferry County have been arrested. Police locked down the town of Nez Pelem overnight as they were searching for the shooters. KREM 2's Nicole Hernandez traveled to Nez Pelem today and has more now.
Colville Tribe Emergency Services says officers have 2 people in custody now. Officers are still here in Nez Pelem. They've been here for hours, keeping eye on the house behind me. Here's what Colville Tribal Police say happened. Someone called 911 from a home in Keller at 5 yesterday evening. That's about 30 minutes east of us here. When officers got there, they found 2 people dead inside the home. While on the way to the house, a Colville Tribal officer saw a car. The officer was following the car when the people in the car started shooting. Colville Tribal Police say the officer was shot in the arm. Washington State Patrol says he was also hit in the chest. Lifelight had to airlift him to Harborview Medical Center in Seattle, but Colville Police say he will survive. Now, WSP, SWAT, Seattle SWAT, and the FBI are working on getting a search warrant for the house in Nez Pelem. We talked to a neighbor who says this is not normal for this area.
Somebody had posted pictures in about my backyard and had 2 people arrested. Yeah. So my first reaction this morning was I checked on my sister because she lives in this barn. And then my husband went around and was checking the house today. And at that time, everything was good.
So Wilbur, Creston, and Keller school districts are closed for the day because of canceled bus routes. As of now, Colville Confederated Tribes says they are still looking for 1 unidentified man and several persons of interest. They are also asking people here in the community to stay inside their homes throughout the day as they work to figure the rest of this out if possible. In Nez Pelem, Nicole Hernandez, KREM 2 News.
So we will continue to track that developing story and bring you the latest as we have it. In the meantime, the other top story we are tracking right now, of course, is the weather, because what a difference a day makes. Just yesterday, we were talking about the sunshine. We were out there. We were talking about the Big Book giveaway without coats. Today is a much different story. So Jeremy Legou, our chief meteorologist, tracking quite a change for us tonight.
You know, Whitney, everywhere I went today, everyone said to me, everyone, I knew it was coming. You said it was coming.
Oh, yeah.
But it hit hard.
It hurts.
It does. It's the same every single year. And here we are in this new pattern. Ready for our high temperature right now? Well, we're still in the 40s. We're at 42 degrees here in Spokane. That's not our high temperature for the day, but it is not too far from where our high temperature for the day actually is. Believe it or not, high temperature happened pretty early this morning. 49 degrees was where that was. Right now, the rain on the radar is still popping up. Notice heavier rain down to the south, but, excuse me, hiccuped. Let's talk about what's going on there. See what looks like heavy rain right here? See this right there. You see it? You see it? It's quick and it goes away. That right there was the attempt of snow. Promise. It's what we call bright banding on the radar. Basically, big, wet, heavy snowflakes show up like really heavy rain because they're coated in a little layer of water. Thankfully, they didn't hit the ground. Now, when it comes to snow, that's up and over the mountain passes and staying that way. Overnight, rain moves down to the south, and throughout the day tomorrow, it will stay to the south and in North Idaho. Eventually, tomorrow afternoon, we catch a little bit of dryness. I think we might even see a little bit of sun. And then as we clear out, that plays a big role in what we wind up seeing Sunday. Let's talk about that. Saturday, a little bit of rain in the morning. Sunday, sun in the afternoon. Temps in the 50s, but look at that Sunday morning low. Do we do it? 32? Freezing? We might.
Okay, I'm not ready for that, but thank you anyway for giving us a warning, Jeremy. All right, topping our other big stories tonight, Washington State University has lifted the COVID-19 vaccine mandate for employees, but not for students. KREM 2's Nathan Hyun has the update tonight.
Washington State University announced that they are removing the COVID-19 vaccine mandate for employers, contractors, and volunteers. They say this is because of the recent COVID-19 rates and the vaccine success. The mandate will be lifted by the end of the month.
This is not going to be a really a big deal. You know, like I said, I think it's just one piece of documentation, one less piece of documentation a new employee has to provide before they get hired. So I don't think it's going to be a big deal.
The university says the reason they haven't lifted the mandate yet for students is because there are over 4,000 students that live in close quarters with each other. And at 5, I'll have reaction from students on what they think of the change. In Pullman, Nathan Hyun, KREM 2 News.
Well, changes are coming to the Spokane International Airport. The airport itself is expanding. Construction is currently underway for the Concourse C expansion project. So this is the first phase of that terminal renovation and expansion program. Ian O'Neill is a frequent flyer. He travels several times a month for work. Today he had to park in overflow parking and wait for a shuttle to take him to the checkout counter. That wasn't the only wait either.
The lines are getting a little bit longer. There's more people moving into the area. So I think that this expansion is well needed, a little bit overdue.
It's a $150 million expansion that will add 3 new gates, replace current ground boarding gates with 3 passenger loading bridges, modernize existing gates, and add 6 new ticket counter locations as well for airlines. It's expected to be complete in 2025. The housing crisis in Spokane has made it harder for many families to purchase a home. Yesterday, one family, though, celebrated getting closer to owning their dream home, all thanks to Habitat for Humanity. Jessica and Nate Thomas were thrilled to see their finished home. For the last 7 years, they and their 2 children have been living in their parents' basement. They say it's cramped. Nathan has a hard time moving around in that space with his wheelchair, but soon the Thomases will be able to purchase an ADA accessible home with help from Habitat for Humanity and 19 local credit unions.
I know for the front door they're doing a ramp that'll go to the front door, and then they're doing a concrete pad by the side door, so we'll be able to park, and then I can get straight out of the car into the wheelchair and go straight in the house. So having all these changes, having the ADA accessibility is just going to make it a lot easier for our family overall.
Nate says he volunteered his time and helped Habitat build homes in Mississippi as well after Hurricane Katrina. And now getting a home with help from Habitat is a full circle moment for him. About 800 volunteers helped with this project so far. The home is expected to be done by the beginning of next year. Well, you should be receiving your ballots for the general election in the mail any day now. If you need to update your address in order to vote, well, you have less than 2 weeks to get that done. In Washington state, you can make those changes until 8 days before an election. In Idaho, the last day to register to vote is October 28th, which is next Friday. The last day for early or in-person absentee voting, that's November 4th. Keep in mind that Election Day itself is on November 8th. If you would like more information on any of the issues that will appear on your ballot, just text the word VOTE to 509-448-2000 and we'll send a link right to your phone. And KREM 2 is committed to bringing you in-depth election coverage. This coming Sunday, make sure and join us for 2 key debates in this general election. We will be carrying the U.S. Senate debate live between incumbent Senator Patty Murray and challenger Tiffany Smiley. It's going to be live right here on KREM 2, KREM.com, and our KREM 2 Plus streaming service. That debate is happening on the Gonzaga campus here in Spokane. It starts at 5 p.m. Sunday. And earlier in the day, Secretary of State candidates Stephen Hobbs and Julie Anderson, they will also debate at GU, and we'll stream that debate exclusively on KREM.com and KREM 2 Plus. That starts at 3:30 in the afternoon on Sunday. Keep in mind you can download our KREM 2 Plus streaming service right now on Amazon Fire and Roku. And if you want some step-by-step instructions on how to get KREM 2 Plus on your TV, just text the word KREM 2 to 509-448-2000 and we'll send that link with all those instructions right to your phone. Spokane County Sheriff Ozzie Knezovich is retiring this year, and that means his seat is up for grabs. So we want to help you get to know the 2 candidates who are now vying for that job. KREM 2's Amanda Rowley met with each candidate over tea to learn about their stance on the local topics. So in tonight's edition of The Tea with Amanda Rowley, we're hearing from Sheriff's candidate Wade Nelson. Thank
you for joining me today. Wade
Yeah.
Nelson, running for Spokane County Sheriff. Now,
right.
you have the tea, I have the questions.
Yes.
So
All right, sounds
we're going to
great.
start with a tough one. I really got to know this. What
Okay.
tea did you decide to order here?
I chose the blue tea.
The blue
As you can
tea?
tell, very
Yeah, if
blue.
you hold it up to the light, right?
Yeah, it's got a little reddish blue to it, so it's pretty nice.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
and
my
it's good.
favorite. We're going with iced tea today because not only is it hot outside, it's a little hot in here today.
Yes.
So
It's a little warm.
I promise I haven't made him sweat yet. All right, well let's get right into it.
Sure.
Wade, tell me, why did you decide to run for Spokane County Sheriff?
I decided to run for many reasons, but really the main reason that I decided to run is our current administration, I believe, has been failing our community. And they've been failing the fact that they have not really properly staffed our department. Well, I don't know if the community really knows how critical our staffing problems are. Another big issue and why
Well,
I'm
I
running.
think they do. I mean, we've done
They-
several stories
right.
in the last year of Sheriff Knezovich advertising nationally and
Correct.
trying to recruit more folks. So
Right.
do you agree with those recruiting efforts?
I do not.
Why
And this
is
is
that?
why. Because I've done a lot of research on this. I've talked to a lot of people, and I've talked to a lot of laterals that come here. We're offering these big signing bonuses for people to come. But you talk to the people that actually come here and work, they don't move across the country for $25,000. They just don't. You're not going to uproot your whole family from California, New York, Colorado. That's where we're putting all these signs up, Oregon, to come here. They're coming here because they've already made the decision to leave where they're going to leave.
Well, so you kind of alluded to this. Spill the tea for me, if you will. What kind of list out what are the changes that you would like to see if you become sheriff?
So, number one, the biggest change is I'm going to try to get our morale back up, because morale for our department directly translates to other services we give. And the other thing I feel where they haven't been very successful is getting to the message to the community that we do need this budget change to get our officers' pay up to the equal of just the department across the door from us.
In general, what is your stance on gun rights?
Yeah. So for me, when it comes to gun rights, or really any right, really, I am very much about individual responsibility. I believe that you as an individual have all your inalienable rights that are given to you by God and the Constitution. And I also believe that if you mess up or do something, you should be held accountable for what it is that you've done. Washington State, in my opinion, doesn't need to get any more restrictive than we already are.
In Spokane County, we've been seeing an increase in violent crimes and drive-by shootings.
Yes.
So what steps would you take as sheriff to address this?
All these core problems fall back to manpower.
What makes you stand out against your opponents?
I think I'm the only one that's served in the military. I served 6 years. I am not a politician, and I want people to understand, I know I got to play in politics.
I know, but you hear
But
that all the time,
I know,
though.
trust me. The people that know me know I'm not. When I give my word, I keep my word.
Well, thank you so much, Wade, and good luck to you on your campaign.
Thank you very much.